Happy Tuesday, everybody. Great to see you all here on YouTube, and just want to welcome you to the latest edition of Shooting Star, our CMSW band video podcast, vodcast, whatever you want to call it, as we talk about things that are going on in distant learning and also share some videos of students and all the amazing things they're doing at home. I want to encourage you after I'm done talking here to keep watching the video. There are some great things that we're going to share with you. So 1.5 days here down of distance learning, and lots of great things, some things that would need to be clarified, no shock. I just want to start by saying I'm so proud of all the students for all the work you've done so far, not only for band, but for every class. And this is not easy to develop a new routine. It's not easy when you're not sure on how something works to get an explanation. It's so much easier when you're face to face and you can demonstrate things so much easier. I've really been impressed with the students who have figured things out on their own. I've been impressed with parents who have helped their child in figuring things out. I've seen just any number of great examples of all those things so far. I'm also really impressed with students and parents who are advocating for themselves, advocating for their kids, in emailing me, contacting me, and Ms. Idell, and any teacher, and helping us make these things work. I also really appreciate the suggestions. A lot of times I've heard things like, this needs to be more clear, this needs to be clarified. We've had kids, whatever. It's just really cool to have that communication and everyone being so kind about it, and just knowing that since this is new, that we're going to struggle with some things. So, and students too, if you're struggling with things, just know that we understand. We understand what's going on, and we are not going to be failing you or anything like that just because you're having a hard time figuring things out on your own. So it's completely understood. I also want to say too that a lot of you 7th and 8th graders, your assignment this week, and I'll go through some assignment things here in a little bit, have been really struggling with practicing on your own. Some of you, let's be honest, never practice at home or rarely practice at home, and it's a real struggle to hear yourself play and to be confident with how you play. Some of you are not confident with your playing at all and think you're bad, and when you play with an entire band, it makes you better because you're surrounded by people who are really good. There's power in numbers, strength in numbers. You play better when you hear how it's supposed to go around you, and when you're playing all by yourself, even if you're a really good player, sometimes we can be really down on ourselves and really be like, this stinks, I'm terrible. And so I give you a lot of credit for doing these recordings, playing at home, practicing at home. It's not easy, especially if you haven't done it for, in some cases, years. So, and it's also, quite honestly, it's good for you. It's good for you to do that, and you are getting better. You may not think you're getting better. You may disagree with me wholeheartedly on that, but you are getting better by spending time practicing your music. I do want to also add that all of your band music is on Google Classroom. So if you've lost your music, forgot your music at school, it is all on Google Classroom. Just go down and search for, well, you'll see the songs. They're all in PDF form. You can print them out, just put them on your screen. Let me know if something didn't get scanned in right. I did a lot of scanning before spring break, so it took a lot of time to get all that on there. But let me know if something didn't turn out okay, it got blurred or the edge was cut off or something, and I will fix that for you. And also, a lot of our music is on a program called Smart Music, and Smart Music is a program that you can have on your computer. It's free, it's web-based, and you can go on to Smart Music and you can find all of your band, not all of your band songs, some of your band songs. And I'm going to talk you through that here in just a minute on how to use Smart Music. Let's talk a little bit about the assignments really quickly. So if you're a 6th grader, by the way, you love my Disney garb today. I wish I was at Disney World today and every day, quite honestly. So, but yeah, I love this shirt with all my favorite Disney characters and my goofy hat, which fits me well because I'm kind of goofy. So anyway, 6th graders, your assignment this week is to simply write an 8-measure song on Note Flight. And some of you are like, yeah, you say simply. It hasn't been that simple. If you go to Google Classroom, there is a document called Technology Setup and basic usage directions. And on that Google Doc, it tells you how to get Noteflight on your computer and then gives you some basic instructions on how to do your assignment. And then also on Google Classroom, there is a composition assignment, and that is where it gives you the directions on what you're doing, and is also a place to turn in your assignment when you're done. And what you're doing for this assignment, sixth graders, is you are writing an 8-measure song or more for your instrument. And so you're going to write 8 measures, you're going to put notes in and create a song. And we're not expecting Mozart here, we're not expecting the next great pop hit song. We just want you to try your hand at writing some music. So you're going to write 8 measures. My advice to you is write something you can play. You don't have to play it, but think in your mind, could I play this? If you can play it, it's probably going to sound halfway decent, if not better. So write 8 measures. And again, if you're not sure how to get it on your computer, look up that Google Doc technology setup and basic usage directions, and get that onto your computer and then write your song. When you're done writing your song, you want to take a screenshot of it, or you want to go up to File and then Print and save it as a PDF, and then save that onto Google Classroom where it says Composition Assignment and turn that in. Okay, and that is due by Friday. So that's what we would like you to do with Noteflight. 7th graders and 8th graders, your assignments this week is to practice your instruments. And for Monday and today, Tuesday, your assignment is to pick 2 of your band songs and play them beginning to end. If you have a big multi-measure rest, you can skip over that. We are not expecting perfection on these practice recordings. We just want to hear that you gave it some effort and you are trying to play. So we're thinking that this will probably take you somewhere between 30 to 45 minutes to do. It may take a little less. If it's taking more, and the reason it's taking you more is because you're trying to perfect everything, that's not a bad thing necessarily, but we also want to make sure that you know that, again, we are not grading you on how many right notes you play on this assignment. We just want to hear you record 2 of your songs. So if you get to that 45-minute mark and you're a little frustrated and you've already recorded it twice, just send us what you have. That's all we want. We just want to hear your effort. Okay, so that's really important. We don't want to stress you out with this. For Wednesday, for 7th and 8th grade, similar assignment. You're going to pick 2 songs out of your solo book. So for 7th grade, that's the Blue Festival Solos book. For 8th grade, that's the white book that says Classic Festival Solos and has your instrument in like big fancy writing on the front. You're going to pick 2 songs out of that book and record those songs beginning to end. Again, if it's got a big long rest, you can skip over it and then submit that. Okay, and again, if you don't have that book, all of those songs, all of those solos in those solo books are also on Google Classroom. So find your instrument and pick 2 songs. Okay, and if you want, you can use the Smart Music application to record these songs. Smart Music, I mentioned this earlier, puts the music on the screen for you, and you can click on notes to check fingerings. You can hit the play button and hear how it's supposed to sound. You can then hit the record button and play along with the accompaniment for the solo book. Or for the band songs, it'll actually play the band recording with you as you play it, which is super cool. Again, the one downer with Smart Music is it only has about 3 of our band songs. So for 7th grade, I think that's Telltale Heart, Celtic Air and Dance 2, and Terracotta Warriors. For 8th grade, that's Earth Dance, At Twilight, and Monmouth Overture. So if you want to do songs other than those, don't use Smart Music. So, and when you use Smart Music, you just hit the record button, you play your song. When you get done, you go over and you click the save button, and then it'll save it to your computer, or you can save it to your Google Drive, and then you can share that on Google Classroom. And the way you share your recordings is you click on Distance Learning Week 1 and just dump your recording into that turn in for both the band songs and the solos. And then you can also, by the way, you don't have to use Smart Music. You can just record on your phone. You can record it on your Chromebook, a home computer, a tablet, whatever you'd like to use. And it can be audio or video. It does not have to be video. Okay, it can be if you want to. If you use Smart Music, it's just going to be audio, and that's totally fine. All right. And then finally, the last thing is on Friday, if you're a 7th grader, you make sure you've turned in your composition that we did before break, that we did on Note Flight. Make sure that you've turned that in. Many of you already turned it in. If you haven't, you need to finish that. And again, there's directions for Note Flight on that document called Basic or Technology Setup and Basic Usage Directions. And for 8th grade, we're going to start an assignment using Soundtrap. Now, if you remember before break, we started in small groups working on GarageBand, and we weren't able to finish that. So GarageBand is only an Apple software, and if you have an Apple computer at home and you want to use GarageBand, that's cool. But many of you probably don't. And in that case, you can use Soundtrap. And Soundtrap is a web-based free software where you can, again, use that document I keep referring to, the technology setup and basic usage directions, and use Soundtrap and go ahead and follow those directions, and you can create your own song. It's going to be a 30-second song. It's going to have the loops that are included in Soundtrap, and then you can also have your own instrument, and if you want an A, you have to use some vocals. So you can either sing, you can rap, you can chant, speak, whatever you want to do with your voice. So, and actually Soundtrap, when you think about, oh, that was so cool, I was going to work in this small group of friends of mine, and I can't do it. You can actually do it virtually, kind of like WeVideo. You can share your file with other people, and you can do it together. And that's cool if you want to do that, but for many of you, you'll probably just do it alone. So Friday, you're going to start that assignment. It's not due on Friday, but that's going to be our band and assignment, okay? Again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. I'm also on Instagram Live every weekday this week at 10 a.m. at CMSW Music, and you can watch that and ask me questions as well, and I'll go through some other commonly asked questions. But I think that's the biggest questions I've had so far this week is just, what are we doing? How do we submit it? How do we run the technology? So hopefully those were some answers for you. And again, go on to Google Classroom, look up that document, look up the assignment directions, and you can get a lot of information there too. There are a couple other things, or a few other things I wanted to go through today. One big thing is we have made some decisions on our after-school classes for those of you who are involved in that. So for those of you in Mariachi Band and Honor Band and Pop Ensemble, we are going to do an abbreviated season for all three of those if school does come back May 4th, which is the tentative plan at this point. And what that's going to look like is Mariachi Band would meet on Mondays from May 11th through June 1st, 4 times. Honor Band would meet on Thursdays, May 7th through the 28th. And Pop Ensemble would meet on Fridays, May 8th through May 29th. And we would do a concert with the Pop Ensemble on that last meeting, May 29th in the Pioneer Ridge Band Room. We would do a concert with the Mariachi Band on that last Monday, June 1st at Reyes Teca in Chanhassen. And we would do an Honor Band concert as already planned on Tuesday, June 2nd at 7 p.m. at Chaska High School. Now, we're going to ask that if you are in one of these classes and you haven't signed up for them yet, don't sign up yet. Let's wait and see if it actually happens, okay? We're also going to let you know that we're going to be giving partial refunds for these classes if they end up happening to offset the time lost for the classes. So you will be getting some money back if you already have registered. And if these classes end up not happening at all, you will be getting an offer to get a full refund back on these classes. Pop Ensemble is also going to be doing some virtual stuff using Soundtrap as well, and those kids in that class, I'm going to be sending out an email hopefully today, if not today, tomorrow, on how that's going to work if you want to be part of doing some virtual recording and producing through Pop Ensemble. So that's the story with those classes. The other co-curricular groups are rhythm section and rhythm section. Also, I'm going to be getting a hold of you and seeing if we want to do some virtual recording. And then jazz band, we only had 2 more weeks of jazz band left and a concert. So if we do get back in May, the thought is to do a win session with each of our 3 jazz bands, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, do a little mini rehearsal, and then actually do a YouTube concert where we go online live on YouTube and do a concert. And then that would also be recorded. So if you can't join us for when we're actually doing that concert, you can watch it later. So that's the plan with jazz band if we come back in May. Another update for you, Solo and Ensemble, which was supposed to take place on Saturday, April 18th, which is an event where it's an optional event where students could play a solo or a small ensemble in front of a judge and get a rating and have a chance to win awards. We're going to do that remotely. And what's going to happen is if your child would like to submit a solo out of their solo book or a different solo approved by me, they can submit that via Google Classroom or just through an email to me by Saturday, April 18th. And that solo recording then will be sent to the judges that were going to be there that day, and they will do the listening and give the feedback and give the score. And then it'll probably take a few days to get all that sorted, and we'll get that back to the students who participated. And then again, hopefully we'll be back in May and we can actually get the awards to the students in person in school. If not, we will find a way to get the awards to your child for solo and ensemble. So let me know if you're interested in doing solo and ensemble. There is on Google Classroom a solo and ensemble sign-up sheet. You simply enter your name, what song you would like to do if you know. If you don't, I'll help you pick one. And then you'll have a little over 2 weeks to work that up, record it, and then we'll get that to the judge. Some more updates. Wisconsin Dells. If we don't know if the trip is going to happen yet. It's scheduled for May 21st, 22nd. If you haven't paid for the trip, please don't do so yet. Let's wait and make sure if it's happened. If you have paid for the trip, I have already started looking into getting those refunded to you. So there'll be more information on that coming very soon. So stay tuned for that. The Mall of America trip that was canceled for the wind ensembles, there is still a chance that we could reschedule that. I'm thinking it's a slim chance at this point, but I'm continuing to look into that. We also may do a wind ensemble concert during a wind time because those groups didn't get a chance to perform at all. And I'm also contacting over the next probably 3 weeks or so, starting actually yesterday, the wind ensembles and asking if you would like to do a recording at home of your group. And so that is also an option too. So just be patient with that, and I'll be getting a hold of your wind ensemble and seeing if you guys want to do a little recording of some of your music so that we actually have, something to take away from all the time we've put into those groups this year. Almost done. Private lessons. Boy, I'll tell you what, if you want to take lessons right now online, there are so many amazing teachers out there who will teach you for a very reasonable amount of money. So let me know if you're interested in taking a once a week 30 or 60-minute lesson from a really incredible teacher over these next few weeks, and I will get you going on that. Super cool opportunity. Hopefully Kylie Martin's okay with me sharing this story. Kylie asked if Sean Eric, the trumpet player that has been touring with famous musicians all around the world, would be able to teach lessons, and we're actually looking into that right now. So, but yeah, there's people on Broadway, there's people who play with famous musicians. Ian Allison, who's been out to our school a number of times, bass player with Eric Hutchinson's been on tour with Kelly Clarkson and many more, is willing to teach lessons. So let me know if you are interested in that. If you have an instrument issue, like you need reeds, valve oil, slide cream, drumsticks, let me know. We can get that for you. You can also order it online, probably through Amazon, but Schmidt Music and Eckroth have links where I can get you that stuff, and they'll have free delivery for you. If your instrument is broken, it's not playing, let me know, and I'll see what I can do. That's a little bit trickier during these times, but we'll see what we can do. And I'm just looking at my list if there's anything else I didn't cover. I sure covered a lot of stuff, didn't I? But yeah, that pretty much does it. So at this point, stay tuned because I have great videos from some 6th, 7th, and 8th graders playing their instruments at home. There's a very entertaining, funny collage of videos that was put together by Kylie and a couple other people. So you'll get to see that. And then I'm going to end with a video that was sent to me by one of the parents of one of our 6th graders. I'll just tell you who it is. It's Ricky Johnson. And this was at a assisted living home in Eden Prairie, and it's really, really cute what they had the residents there sing and do. And Ricky was a big part in producing that video. I don't think he's actually in it, but he produced it. So that's the last video you're going to see. It's a cool blues tune. So anyway, these videos will be produced not daily, but maybe every other day approximately. So keep sending in your videos of you playing, and I'll make sure to get them on here if you want me to. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for all your work. Miss you all.
My taco socks. Taste the rainbow. I got holes. 3. Whoop. Jack's like dying.
Hey guys, this is me doing a cover of Ocean Eyes, but like it's I have a capo on, so it's gonna sound a little different. But this is my first time like recording it, so hopefully I can do it in one take. And yeah, so. When you give me those ocean eyes. So that was my cover. I hope you guys like it.
They've been cooped up for weeks now.
Da 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 da.
Staying 6 feet apart.
We're missing our families. Da 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 da. But they're here in our heart.
We got the blues. 100-year quarantine blues.
Dun 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 dun.
We shut off the news. We got the 100-year quarantine blues.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
We know it's important.
Dun 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 dun.
We wish it would cease.
Da 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 da. I've been puzzling all day,
Da 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 dum.
but I'm missing a piece.
We've got the blues. The 100-year quarantine blues. Da 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 da. Please shut off the news. We got the 100-year quarantine blues. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
I'm missing my sweet wife,
Dun 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 dun.
but I'm here with my friends.
Da 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 da.
Can you tell me how long now? Da da da. Until this thing ends. We've got the blues. The 100-year quarantine blues.
Beautiful.
Please shut off the news. We've got the 100-year quarantine blues.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Been talking through windows
Da 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 dum.
and video calls.
Dun da da da.
Hallway bingo and him sing. Ooh, but we're climbing the wall.
We got the blues. The 100-year quarantine blues.
Da 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 da. Please shut off the news. We've got the 100-year quarantine blues. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. We'll shut off the news. I've got the 100-day quarantine blues.
Dun, 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 dun. Choo, choo.
We've got the blues.
Da-da, da-da.
100 years quarantine blues. We got the blues. We got the blues.
Oh,